Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we have two away days for you against Coventry and Wrexham. Since we last with us, as you can see, we're still sat second in the Championship, so we're still playing some really good football, and we are keeping pace with the teams in and around us. Obviously, the defeat to Middlesbrough in the previous episode, they are 5 points clear at the top of the moment, but again, we're still keeping up the pace. We're looking pretty reasonable at the moment, but that mid-table section is starting to get a little bit congested. There's only 5 points separating ourselves from ninth place. So it's very, very close at the moment. Obviously, we're still technically quite early in the season. We're only in toward the end of November at the minute. And since you were last with us, we have managed a couple of wins, but we've also managed a couple of draws. So a 2-0 win away at Stockport was a really good way to get back to winning ways. 1-1 away at Stoke, it's always a tough place to go, as we know. A 1-0 win at home to Sheffield United was then followed by a 1-0 draw at home to West Ham, who are on the same amount of points as we are and sat in third place. So going into these two away games, I am hoping that we can just keep up this kind of form. We have struggled a little bit for goals, as you can see as well. So in terms of the rotational options in the side, we are just struggling a little bit. We did have a few injuries, as you were aware as well. So as things sit, we are just struggling to get everything over the line. Oswald still carrying a knock at the moment. Cuiabano is still out injured, and Ibrahim is still out with a knock as well. Bisant's just coming back to some level of fitness, as is Rodriguinho. So there's a little bit of room to manoeuvre, but we are still struggling a little bit as well. We are going to give Max Dean a run out on that left-hand side today. Other than that, the core of the team is pretty much as it should be. Karamoko starting back in at right back today. Finback and him have been rotating that position quite readily recently. Bassene, of course, because of the injury to Cuiabano, he's getting a good amount of game time, so really positive stuff for him. Elaine, Langas and McConville as the centre-back trio with Moody in goal. Gatch and Tushgar, the midfield pairing. Dean on the left, Skirv Harland on the right, and Kettleson is the man up front. I am hopeful that we can get a couple of good results today. Both Coventry, I think Coventry are around that mid-table area at the minute. I think I did just see them sat in around 10th place or so. Wrexham, I believe, are in the bottom half at the moment. So, they are still tough games. Every game in the Championship is tough. It's a very, very competitive league, and arguably, it's one of the toughest leagues to get out of, in my opinion. Um, I'm just hoping that we can get the best out of the team. We do need some goals coming from the lads. Kettleson has struggled in recent weeks. He's just not being quite on the ball as he was at the start of the season. But of course, the teams that we're playing, they're getting used to how he plays his game as well. And at the moment, it's just been a little bit more of a struggle to get him into that goal scoring form. He's been picking up goals here and there, but it's not every game like the way he started the campaign. So it has been a bit of a tough time. But I think overall, obviously, we're sat in second place in the league. We've got to be pleased with how things are going. I just hope that it can continue. Ingenthron charging down this left-hand side here for Coventry. He's under no pressure at all. He's managed to get it into the area. Look at the free space in the penalty area there for Oliver Skipp. I mean, defensively, that was absolutely terrible. I mean, we've given him so much space on the edge of the penalty area. Um, I'm not entirely sure why that's been given as offside. It must have taken a deflection off Vernon in the penalty area. And to be fair, it would appear we've gotten away with one there. Dean here into Bassene. Coming down the left-hand side, plays it forward into Gatch. And straight away, we could be down the other end to try and take the lead ourselves. And Tushgar's managed to get the strike when it's hit the post. And it's fallen for Haaland in the penalty area. And all of a sudden, we've gotten away with one at one end. And we've gone straight to the other end and taken the lead. I mean, very fortunate, I must say, that we didn't concede the goal. Tushgar off the post and Haaland first to react. So we were very lucky not to have conceded because of an offside that didn't appear to have anything to do with the goal itself. And then a deflection back off the post for Skirv Haaland to put us ahead. So a very fast-paced start in the opening quarter of an hour, but my word, are we going to take it with us taking the lead? And sometimes I do think when teams are in good form, you can get that little bit of a run of luck as well. obviously as a City fan, having recently seen us draw with Nottingham Forest, where, in my opinion, we could have had two penalties. Obviously, the referee did say otherwise, but I'm not going to get into a debate with everything like that. So we'll just crack on and see what happens. Kettleson here into Haaland, and that is a poor finish. I mean, he had the space there to put it either side of the keeper, and in the end, straight into the keeper's gloves. And incidentally, I'm looking at the keeper there, Robin Roofs. I mean, he's a Premier League goalkeeper, and I think he's quite a good goalkeeper, to be fair. I think Sunderland have done really well to have him at the club, to be fair. He's looked really good at times. But here, down in the Championship with Coventry City, I don't know if Coventry have been in the Premier League in recent years. They could well have been, of course. Here is McConville into Haaland. Plays it forward again. Tusgar picking it up. Chance to get it into the penalty area. Can he get it in? Yes, he can. To that far post. Kettleson was the target. It's cleared away. And now Biuk charging down the right-hand side for Coventry. It's very much an end-to-end game here. And Vernon in behind. Great pace from the striker. And a really good finish as well. Poor defensively again. I think, to be fair, we know the formation works and the aggressive style of play that we're playing also works. But at times, I mean, we're getting caught out very, very easily. And I'm just wondering, I mean, Moody's got to stand up better there. I thought he played it to the side of him, and he's not. He's played it straight through him, in fact, there. Poor goalkeeping, I would say, from that. Um, I'm wondering if we do need to tweak one or two of the roles, to be honest. I know we've got Basseni and Karamoka as the advanced wing backs, and they do like to push forward, but I'm wondering if it's going to be better not to have them push forward quite as much, because we do leave ourselves open at times. I mean, that was a straight ball over the top, and yeah, I don't think there was anything that we could have done. But I think we might just need to tweak one or two things. I think formation wise, we're not too bad. I'm wondering if we do need to just drop things back a little bit um, when when we're out of possession as well. I may need one or two tweaks in there just to tidy things up a little bit, and it's something we might try. To be fair, for the Wrexham game, again, I'm not too sure where they are in the league table at the moment. I wonder if this is a live table. So Wrexham are actually down in 15th place as things stand. So it's a game that we should be winning, and to me, it could be an ideal game to get a little bit of things going on again. And that is shocking again. I think it was Karamoka that got caught out at the near post, but I don't know what Moody's doing. He's rating a 6.1 today, and we've not looked good here. I've just accidentally praised them. I meant to demand more, and I've accidentally praised them. We are going to make some changes. Bar and Özdemir are going to come on in the midfield, because I think, to be fair, the midfield's been very poor as well. Goron can come on as well as Finn back. And, I mean, Dean's done nothing on that left-hand side. Rodriguinho just coming back to fitness. He can come on as well. And we will confirm those changes, and hopefully we can just find a way back into the game. I don't really know what it is. I'm wondering, partly, obviously we're setting our assistant to do a lot of the matches in between. And I'm wondering if, because I'm doing a coaching course, I'm half wondering if that's impacting the way the team plays when I'm in charge of the matches. It's a bit of a strange one. I mean, it might just be luck, but every time I seem to take charge at the moment, we seem to be doing really badly. Um, you guys keep seeing us get beat, and then in between, we appear to be winning or drawing matches. It's a very odd situation, to be quite honest. But yeah, we definitely need to find a middle ground here. And again, the five at the back, I think it's working. We've got some really good centre backs at the club. But I'm wondering if the wing backs might be part of the problem and we need to drop the central midfield a little bit. Again, we'll have to wait and see. I'll have a few tweaks, I think, going into the next game against Wrexham, because again, we've not looked great here. We've had more attempts at goal, but we've not looked great. And it's a bit of a concern that we're so inconsistent. I mean, Moody had a dreadful game, to be fair. There's certainly room to improve. And obviously, we're chasing a playoff place at the moment. This is the other thing. We're not a bad team, I don't think, but we're just lacking a bit of consistency at the moment. And it's always when I take charge. Perhaps I'm not as good as I think I am. I think, to be fair, at the minute, the key thing for me is getting all of the coaching badges done. We've got another one to go after this. It's taken a long time for us to get to where we are, but as soon as that's all sorted, I can really set into the team a little bit more. We've got a week, well, we've got a few days to go until the Wrexham game. So I'm going to change a few bits tactically, I think, and then see how we get on from there. But something has got to change, and hopefully we can get a bit of consistency from there. But let's see how we get on. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game against Wrexham. Now we have switched things up a little bit, and we are going to a midfield three, which will drop back to a defensive midfield three when we're out of possession and support the defence. We're going to drop the attacker. It was something I wanted to try at the start of the season. It didn't really work, but I'm going to give it another go where the striker drops back into that attacking midfield. Kettleson can play that role, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. So in possession and out of possession, in effect, it's going to be the same setup. But when we're out of possession, striker drops back a little bit and the wingers do just stay out wide a little bit more. I've also been wondering if it might be worth doing it that way. Just drop those wide midfielders back just so that we do have a little bit more support for the fullback. So I might try it like that actually, and we'll see how it gets on. I'm hopeful for sure. I think we've certainly got the bodies in the squad that we can play like this. Um, it's just going to be a case of whether it can really settle into the team or not. I'm a, I've not tried ball playing goalkeeper or sweeper keeper either so far. I've just had them as standard goalkeepers. I I know it's part of the modern game, but the sweeper keeper things, as a City fan, I used to always lose my mind when Ederson suddenly decided, yep, I'm going to go for a run out. And it used to always frighten me to death, and I hated it. So I don't like the role, but I'm going to give it a go and see if that kind of support will help our defence. Um, and again, we'll give it a go today and just see what happens. We're not having the advanced wing backs, but the wing backs will still push forward a little bit. And we have got a few players back from injury as well. So Roger Guinho is back in the starting lineup with Oswald starting on the right hand side. Gatch, Bar, and Tujgar are going to play as the midfield three. So yeah, we are looking quite good on that. Just bear with me one moment. The doorbell has just rung. Yeah, sorry about that. After all that, the missus came upstairs and got it from our downstairs bit, so that was a wasted journey. So yeah, from a general perspective, I'm hoping this might work a little bit better for us. It will take a few games to tell in general. We've got to experiment. At the end of the day, the thing is, we're not a promotion threatening team. From a general perspective, we shouldn't be anyway. So from that perspective, I think we've got a lot of leeway at the moment. Obviously, we want to make progression, but from a general perspective, we do need to be realistic. So we'll see how we get on. So as you can see, going into the game, it's still a pretty strong team that we can put out there. Obviously, there will be rotation options for the central defence because we've got extra defenders in. My only slight concern is we don't have too many options in central midfield. Oswald can cover in there as well, though. So yeah, there will be a little bit of manoeuvrability there. So yeah, we need to win the game for sure. Wrexham not having the best of seasons, and I believe we're a better team. It's just going to be a case of whether the players can settle into it relatively quickly or not. I mean, there's not too much difference in terms of the roles and such. But again, we'll just see how we get on and go from there. And fingers crossed, we can see a little bit of improvement. Rodrigo Gaccia with a corner swung into the centre of the penalty area. Max Alain was there, and that's a really good save from Okonkwo. Still, the Wrexham #1 goalkeeper, Okonkwo, formerly of Arsenal, of course. So, yeah, by the looks of it, Wrexham do have some of the main staying players that they have at the moment currently. So that's really interesting to see. Here's Vadakar into Markello. Coming down the left-hand side, Karamoko does hold him off reasonably well. Kachake into VR. Good block there. And now Grande, it falls to, and he smashed it off the crossbar. It's a great effort from him. And it remains 0-0. But the midfield three that we've got, obviously we've got two pressing defensive midfielders and the player that just holds that central space. Hopefully, when we're out of possession, it will give us a little bit more defensive cover in there. Gach and Basene exchanging passes. Can he get the cross in? I mean, he's cut back on himself. I'm not too sure why. Bar to Tushgar, Karamoko. He beats his man, finds Kettleson, and again, Okonkwo makes a decent save. And it's out for a corner. I mean, we had a couple of opportunities there where we could have had the shot, but it seemed to be that we tried to walk it in a little bit there. Here is Noy. Chance to swing it in here for Wrexham. And we've managed to get it clear, and Kettleson has managed to get onto it. Look at the support we've got going forward here. He's charging forward, still going into the penalty area, and Okonkwo again, just about getting a touch to it. I mean, he's keeping Wrexham in this. Judging by the match stats as well, we have dominated it so far. Gatch here with the corner, again swinging it in, easily cleared this time from Cleworth, and now Kettleson into Gatch. Gets into the penalty area, gets the shot away, and he's managed to curl it in, and it's only his second goal of the season. I mean, I really like him. I think as a young midfielder, he's really settled in um, to the pace of the championship really well. Kettleson with a great first-time pass there, back into him. He managed to cut inside, completely dumbfounding the defender, and Okonkwo didn't see enough of it really and couldn't do a lot about it. And we take a deserved lead, and this is a little bit more like it. This is how we started the season, obviously with the slightly different setup, but really, really happy to see how much of a difference it could be making. I know Wrexham aren't in the best form at the minute, and we may have beaten them anyway, but this is very encouraging from a defensive perspective as well. But 11 attempts at goal so far, now 12 with 8 on target in this first half. This is a much stronger performance from the lads, and we are looking pretty good here to potentially go back up to second. I don't know if you can see just down the bottom here, as things stand, we are going 2 points ahead of West Ham, and I wouldn't say we're closing the gap to Middlesbrough. We're still 6 points behind them, but as things stand, this could be a very good result for us. I mean, 9 attempts on target out of 15 in that first half, and multiple good performances. And I think at times the wing backs have struggled in that advanced role. We've seen some really positive performances. I know Quijabano did really well playing that role. But Karamoko, Basene, they always really struggle in terms of match rating. So it'll be interesting to see how well they get on in the next few weeks, playing slightly deeper and then pushing forward when they can, but obviously retreating back to that normal position. Good interception there from Kettleson. Now Gatch. Look at us streaming forward for the counter here. Rodriguinho getting in from the penalty area. That's a really good bit of play. I don't think that was meant to be a goal for Kettleson. Rodriguinho's strike has hit Kettleson there, and it's got him his 10th goal of the season, which certainly isn't a bad return so far from him, even though he has had quiet spells. But Rodriguinho's strike has just, yeah, it's definitely, I don't think Kettleson even moved towards that, really. We'll take it for sure. But I think he may have just stolen that a little bit from Rodriguinho, but it does count as an assist from the Brazilian winger. And at 2-0, we're looking incredibly comfortable here. And hopefully, certainly gives us something to build on. We're looking pretty positive at the moment. And in terms of the game itself and player fitness, we're not looking quite as bad for the wing backs either. Obviously, they're not pushing forward quite as much as they were doing. So that is something to be quite positive about, in that we can keep them on a little bit longer potentially. Karamoko is struggling a touch fitness-wise, so back can come on for him. Again, the only thing is wingers are struggling. We've really struggled with the inside forward role, to be fair. 6.59 for Oswald today. Rodriguinho, despite the assist, only with a 6.83, so they're not really getting into the game an awful lot. We will take Oswald off. He is only back from injury recently, so Haaland can come back into the side there. And in terms of everybody else, I'm not too concerned, to be honest. Everyone seems to be doing quite well at the moment. So we'll just confirm that. And maybe in another 10 minutes or so, we might bring on a couple of the other younger players and see how they get on in this setup. Grande with a good header clear. Haaland picks it up. Another good tackle, but Haaland keeps hold of possession, lays it into back. And now Elaine. Nice pass into Bar. And now back again. Coming forward down this right-hand side. Absolutely charging forward. He's not really got the support. He swung it in, though, and that's a really good header from Kettleson. I mean, it was a wonderful delivery from Finn back in the end. And Kettleson, with the header, makes it 3. I mean, what a lovely bit of play. I mean, he did well to get down there to start with, to be honest. I don't know if that took a tiny deflection or not, but Kettleson, what a fantastic run and leap from him. And he guided that header into the corner superbly. And at 3-0, it's thoroughly deserved, I must say. And again, tactically, we can make a couple of changes again now. We have secured that position in the match. Özdemir can come on. Big opportunity for him to get a bit more game time as well, actually. And Tuzgar can come off for Costa. Now, Costa can play a multitude of positions, so it could be an interesting time for him in terms of being able to come off the bench a little bit more. We're going to get Max Dean on as well for Rodriguinho. I'm trying to give Max Dean a little bit more game time. He does deserve it. He's been absolutely fine for us. The thing is, he is more of a striker than a winger, but he can play out there. So, yeah, it's a bit of an awkward one, really. And another good bit of play from Finn Bark. Since coming on, he's been outstanding. As Daryl Dyke wins that header, and it's come off the woodwork, and Finn Bark manages to clear it. It's a looping header there. And we just need to get the control back on the ball. Rodriguinho just holding on to possession, switches the play, and unfortunately nothing comes from it. But it was really well worked in the end. And overall, I'm really happy with this performance. It looks like defensively we've been a bit more solid. I know they had that looping header just now, and we have conceded a few chances, as you will in any game. But we don't seem to have been too concerned over it today. Bassene just keeping up with Schwarzer there. We've got the midfielders covering the edge of that penalty area as well, and I think that's very key. Because at times we've seen loads of space in that area. So this could be the way to go for the moment. And we'll just see if we can keep this kind of momentum building. It's nice to see us getting a few goals back as well, because recently it's just been the odd goal here and there. We've not really looked convincing. But for the first time in a few weeks, we've actually had a really convincing win here today. 3-0, really good performances. Kettleson, the standout, of course, with 2 goals to his name today. But Gatch, 8.4 rating from him in central midfield. And all of the defence played well, incidentally. Even Bassene got a 7.1. Karamoko got a 7.8, got subbed, back came on, got the assist, 7.6 for him. Defensively, very, very good performance. And that is more like it from my perspective. We've finally won within an episode. I'm absolutely delighted. And hopefully, again, it gives us something to build on. I just noticed there, Wrexham, following that defeat, have actually sacked their manager. So that's a bit of a shocker afterwards, where Wrexham are concerned. And now we have got a very busy time ahead. I mean, December's always busy at any level, let alone in the Championship when you've got games every few days. So plenty of games to get through. In terms of the schedule, like I say, there is a lot to get through there. We'll come back for Luton and Barnsley probably at the end of the month. We'll get the next 5 games done and dusted, and then we'll see where we go from there. Massive games in January, the likes of Middlesbrough, Hull and West Brom, of course, who we lost all 3 against all 3 sides earlier in the season. So I don't know what's going to happen in January, but I am skipping it because obviously it's a transfer window. We can have a bit of a transfer catch-up, and then we've got Everton and Ipswich straight after, 2 massive games from our perspective. And obviously, there's also the FA Cup draw. I don't think we've had anything for the FA Cup as of yet. No, we haven't. So FA Cup-wise, could also be a part of that. So we'll see exactly what happens. But we'll be back at the end of December. And hopefully, we are still going to be in the hunt for those playoffs. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.